Hello everyone, I think I'm live and all of you can see me. I'm audible and visible to all. Okay, so Karan, Saswat, Deepak, Jadil, Avinas, Deepak, so many people in dashboard. So yeah, in some time, so we are going to start class, guys. So today is going to be an induction session. So I'll be talking about the like a batch and what we are going to discuss, how we are going to discuss how this batch is going to happen, all those things. So in some time, plus I'm going to share a lot of material with all of you and your dedicated WhatsApp group, each and everything. And I have made this class public so that all of us can watch. But yeah, this is the only class which is going to be public. So from tomorrow onwards, we are not going to make it public. So all this class is going to happen just in your dashboard. Okay, so shall we start, guys? Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Roshan, Shivam, Saswat, Avinash, Karan, Muskan, everyone. So I can see everyone inside the dashboard. So yeah, good evening. Full excited. Okay, so we'll start. We'll start in some time. Good evening, Keith. Good evening. Okay, shall we start, guys? So just ping me inside the dashboard so that we can start. Yeah. Okay, fine. So got so many yes inside our dashboard. So let's get started. And those who have joined through our YouTube, so yes, you all can watch this entire session. And if you would like to join, so I'm going to show you the place, so from where you all can join this particular batch. So fine, guys, let me share my screen first of all, so that I can start talking about content. Okay, so I believe my screen is visible to all of you, and let me change my setting. So now I'm available in a corner. I believe this round shape is good. Yeah, this looks good. Okay, so let's get started. I have prepared a lot of material for all of you. So let me set an agenda for this particular class, guys. So what we are going to discuss, how this entire batch we are going to conduct. So each and everything in a step-by-step manner, I'm going to discuss. And if you have any kind of a question, so feel free to ping me inside your chat box, which is already available inside your dashboard. And for sure, I'm going to take all of your question. I'm going to answer all of your question. Apart from this, so I'm going to share my mail ID. I'm going to share your own WhatsApp group link. So where you all can join and you all can enjoy a collaboration even in future. So if you would like to give a referral to someone, yes, you can give a referral to anyone or maybe in a future. So you all will be able to help each other. So let's get started, guys. So here is a content which I have prepared. So let me set an agenda for today. So in this particular session, so as this is a induction session for all of us, so I'm going to talk about this entire batch, what I'm going to discuss, how you all are going to get a material, how you all will be able to connect with each and everyone who is a part of this particular batch, and what and all things we are going to discuss inside this data science architecture interview bootcamp. So first of all, I'll take around 20-25 minutes of your time to talk about this entire Euron platform. Not more than that, just 20-25 minutes of your time, because I believe most of you are aware about a Euron platform who has already joined inside a dashboard. Now, those who have not joined inside dashboard, so obviously for them, I'm going to explain each and everything which is available inside Euron dashboard. Now, Second part is, so I have already prepared a lot of material for your today's class. So here is an architecture diagram which I have already prepared for a recommendation system, a modern recommendation system. Apart from this, a lot of PDF or a lot of files I have prepared. So for example, platform to apply for a full-time and a part-time job. So this is again a material which I have prepared, and at the end of the class I'm going to share this entire material with all of you. So whether you are from India, you are from outside India, so I have prepared a detailed documentation where you can go, you can try to apply for a full-time job, or maybe as a part-time job, as a fresher, as a dropout, or maybe as an experienced person. So this is one of the document which I'm going to discuss. Apart from this, so what kind of a question and how we are going to discuss all of these questions inside your class, because we are not going to just cover a direct question, we are going to cover some of the scenario based question in each and every section. So here I have prepared a sample interview question so that you will be able to understand and you will be able to get a flavor of it on a very first day, that this is a kind of a question that we are going to discuss. And I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to answer for each and every question. Now coming to my next slide. So tech for a data science stack. So data science stack is not just one single stack, it's a combination of multiple stack. For example, machine learning, deep learning, NLP, computer vision, and many more things. So I have prepared this documentation so that you will be able to get a very clear picture that if you are going to apply for a machine learning job role, if you are going to apply for a generative AI, or maybe a deep learning, maybe a computer vision, so what in all topic you are supposed to focus. Because in a market there are so many people, and people are talking about n number of technology, n number of tech stack, which is not required, precisely which is not required each and every time for a particular job role. So you are just supposed to focus on a particular technology at any point of a time, and that too depends upon the role and depends upon the position for which you are going to apply. So I have documented each and everything so that from a very first day you all will be very much clear that this is something that you are supposed to prepare for, depends upon the job role. So I'll come to this particular slide as well. Apart from this, so role as a data scientist basically. So if you are fresher, so what kind of a role you will be able to get. If you are like an experienced person or mid-level, so 3 to 7 year experience, so what kind of a job role and responsibilities you will be having. If you are having maybe more than 7+ year of experience, 15 to 20 year of experience, then what kind of a job role you all will be able to see in a market, and how you are supposed to prepare, what and all things where you are supposed to focus. So again, I'm going to discuss when I'll be talking about this particular style in today's class itself. Now coming to our next part, and the very important part, a salary part. So what kind of a salary, again on an average, right? So this is not a exact number which I'm going to give it to you obviously, but yes, what kind of a salary you can expect on a entry level, and maybe if you are applying for like a experience label position, or maybe if you are applying for like a position so where people are asking you to have an experience of 10+ year or 15+ year of experience. So what kind of a package you can in general expect. Again, this is going to vary a lot, and again percentage wise, so what kind of jobs are available in terms of percentage. So for entry level, what is the percentage of the job which is available? For experience level, what is the percentage of the job which is available inside a market, and that too without exaggeration. So I'm not going to discuss about this particular topic because I know this particular part is very sensitive part for all of us. So I'm not going to exaggerate anything in this one. Anything means literally anything in this one. I'm just going to show you the reality, that this is the reality and this is the expectation that you should keep. Again, that is going to vary, depends upon the position, depends upon the company, depends upon your negotiation, depends upon your previous experience, many more things, right? So I'm going to talk about this particular slide exactly in terms of average number. Again, I believe you all understand a mean, median, mode. So depends upon that, I'm going to talk about this particular slide. So shall we get started, guys? Yes. So shall we start talking about Euron first? Sir, can you use Hindi? So, not for this particular batch. So, I'm going to conduct this entire batch in English language. Again, so feel free to ask me a question in Hindi, Odia, and Bengali and English. Obviously, I can understand all these four languages and I will be able to answer to your question in English, at least for this particular batch. Yep. No, please address the chat first. So I'm already addressing a chat inside a dashboard. So if you will come inside the dashboard, so I'm already addressing a chat to everyone. So fine, guys, let's get started. So first of all, guys, like I said, so I'm going to talk about a Euron platform. That what is Euron platform and this particular batch, and then one by one, a picture, a slide which I have shown to you. So I'll be coming to that particular part. So here we are, guys, on a Euron platform, and this is our batch, Data Science Architecture and Interview Preparation. Now, this is not the only batch that we are conducting. Apart from that, so there are so many other batches that we are conducting, but yeah, this is one of my favorite batch, you can say, because even in my previous company, which was iNeuron, so I used to take this batch a lot. I love in like discussing an interview question and answer. Believe me, it's my favorite task and architecture. So more than the theory part and more than the coding part, I would say. So data science, architecture, and interview bootcamp. Now today is our very first day, and we are having an induction session for this particular batch. So where I'm just going to talk about the overview of this entire batch. Now, what is the timing? So timing is 8 p.m. IST to 11 p.m. IST. Now, so for 3 long hours, so we are going to have this particular discussion. So where I'm going to talk about 10 plus architecture from a different domain. So whether it's a supply chain, which is one of my favorite, whether it's a e-commerce, whether it's a healthcare industry, likewise. So 10 plus architecture I'm going to discuss. And again, so I'm going to tell you that how you are supposed to do a storytelling with respect to the architecture. So this is what I'm going to discuss with respect to an architecture. And while I will be talking about the architecture, so it's not like I'll be talking about an architecture just like that. I will be coming with the proper architectural diagram, the diagram which I'm showing you, right? So this is one of the diagram for a modern recommendation system. I'll be talking about the entire flow in terms of a functional as well as in terms of a technical. So those who are not able to understand what is functional, what is technical, just wait for this particular class, which is going to happen tomorrow. And like I said, functional plus technical, not just a tech part of it, but a functional part of each and every architecture I'm going to discuss with all of you. And like I said, so this is one of the architecture or technical architecture, I would say. This is not the functional one. This is a technical architecture for a modern recommendation system for any e-commerce platform. So like this kind of architecture, I'm going to discuss 10 plus. Apart from this, so I'm going to talk about 200 plus interview question and answer, where I will be behaving as an interviewee and I will be behaving as an interviewer. So I'm going to ask a question and then I'm going to answer to that question, so that you all will be able to learn that when someone is going to ask you a question, how you are supposed to answer. And I've already mentioned each and everything inside a syllabus. I will be coming to that particular part in some time. So this is a timing. So for a straight 3 hour, so maybe even for a 4 hour. So maybe I will end up discussing each and everything. There is a chance, there is a possibility. And max to max, this batch will go for 8 to 10 days, max to max it is going to take. So let's suppose today is Wednesday. We are just trying to start with the batch, and from tomorrow we are going to start our discussion. So maybe this batch will go till next Friday or max to max Saturday, Sunday. So we are going to wind up this entire batch after having a discussion on 10 plus architecture, 200 plus interview question. I'm going to give you a notes, I'm going to give you a cheat sheet, everything means everything, all of these things which I'm going to discuss inside this particular batch. So I'm documenting each and everything, so that because I understand that when you are going for an interview, right, or whenever you are preparing for an interview, so you need a quick material, so where you all will be able to practice, where you all will be able to take a reference, and quickly you will all will be able to revise. So keeping that in a mind, for each and everything, I'm going to give you in a well documented format, whether it's an architecture, whether it's a mathematical concept, whether it's a theoretical concept, each and everything. Because this particular part is very much important for anyone who is going to appear for an interview. Apart from this, so I'm going to share a year wise resume with all of you. And so I'm going to share a template or ATS friendly template, application tracking system friendly resume template with all of you year wise. So for a fresher, for a dropout, for a person who is working as a freelancer, maybe, or maybe person is not working, for an experienced person, 1 to 3 years, 3 to 7 years, 7 to 10 years, 10 plus year, 15 plus years. So likewise, I'm going to share a resume with all of you. So where based on this entire discussion that we are going to conduct, so you have to fill a data inside your own resume. And at the end of the day, you can send those resume back to me, back to my team, so that my team will be able to check all of your resume one by one. And if there is some feedback, right, so they can get back to you and they are going to give a complete feedback. So at the end of the day, it's not like we are just going to share a resume with you, but we are going to review your resume, and if there is some mistake that you have made inside your resume, we are going to correct it, and then we are going to send it back to you. So this is something which is going to happen at the end of this particular batch, probably next week, so when we will try to wind up this particular batch. Now, so in a group, in a chat section, so let me share your own WhatsApp group in a very first place, because we have made an announcement that we are going to give your own WhatsApp group. So let me share a WhatsApp group, guys. So I have already created your dedicated WhatsApp group, Euron interview. Okay, so here is a link, copy link, and here it goes. So fine, guys, inside your dashboard, you all will be able to find out a WhatsApp group link. So this is your own dedicated WhatsApp group link, which is available to all of you. So please try to join this particular WhatsApp group. Yep. Sir, just a request, our video quality is 720p if possible for this class. No, from next class, so it will be in a 4K. It will be in a HD. So we are doing a public streaming. So because of that, this stream is, we are streaming it in a 720p. But yeah, so in a class, I think most of you are aware about it. So we try to stream it in a 4K. Okay, so can you please share in a YouTube chat? So I'm really very sorry. Maybe my team will be able to do it, Rohan. Fine, guys. Now, coming to our next section. So I believe all of you are able to join a WhatsApp group, and even after a class, this particular WhatsApp group link will be available inside your resource section, so that even in a later stage, whoever is going to join a class, so obviously they will be able to find each and everything inside a resource section. So you're not supposed to worry about anything. Even if you have missed a particular class, recording will be available, resources will be available, whatever link which I'm going to share with all of you in a particular class, it will be available to all of you, means to all of you. Fine, guys? Give a WhatsApp link to a patient only. Yeah, so this is basically like for a student who have joined inside a Euron dashboard. And again, guys, really sorry for 720p streaming. So from tomorrow onwards, it will be in a 4K. This is what we do inside a dashboard. So today is a public streaming we are doing along with the private. So that's the reason, so we have 720p. Fine, guys. Moving to our next section, guys. So here is a syllabus which I have uploaded in a very, very detailed way. And guys, I'm not going to talk about a theory of each and every section. So this is a batch dedicated for interview preparation. And like I have mentioned, that I will be behaving as an interviewee and I will be behaving as an interviewer, where I'm going to ask a question and I'm going to answer each and every question. And in between, if you will be having any kind of a question, you can ask. So you already have a chat option. Fine. Now, so I believe my font size is fine, right, guys? Yep. Okay. And yes, WhatsApp link will be available inside the resource section, guys, inside your dashboard. So you can just click on a right top corner of the resources. You will be able to find a WhatsApp link over there. Okay. Now, so there are many people, right? There are many people so who must be aware about fundamentals, maybe fundamentals for a statistics, maybe a machine learning, maybe a deep learning, NLP, or generative AI. And there is a possibility, there is a very high chance that we are not aware about those fundamentals, we are not aware about those theory. And I have very clearly mentioned that I'm not going to discuss those theory, because for those theory classes we already have a different kind of a batches, and practically it's not possible, because if I'll start discussing a theoretical part of it, a conceptual part of it, then it is going to take a months and months of time. And again, that will not become a data science interview boot camp, that will become a data science boot camp. So we already have that kind of a boot camp on our platform, so where I'm taking classes in Hindi as well as in English. So we have a tons of batches in a agentic AI, in a generative AI, in a ML ops, in a data science, in a big data, in a data analytics. We have some self-placed courses as well. And we all know that the demand for upskilling and demand for reskilling is emerging a lot. It's like a every day. So we have to upskill ourselves, we have to reskill ourselves in all the upcoming technology. Now, keeping that in a mind, so we have created something called as Euron Plus. So where you are not supposed to go and purchase each and everything. If you would like to purchase, that's completely fine, it's your money, so we can't decide. But yeah, so if you don't want to purchase a batches again and again and again, keeping that in a mind, so we have released something called as one student one subscription plan. So where just with one very small amount, just like a Netflix or any other OTT platform, so you can just pay one small single amount, and with the help of that you all will be able to access all the live classes, all the self-paced classes, all the books, all every kind of a material that we have on our platform. So this is where Euron Plus comes into a picture. And again, so most of us have already like taken a Euron Plus, and you all are able to join inside this particular class. Plus you have already joined in some other batches as well. So yeah, this is something that we are offering from our side. Now with Euron Plus, you will be able to get an access of Euron Assist as well. So Euron Assist is a system, so where you are not supposed to pay for maybe a chat GPT or Gemini or Perpetuity or anything. So you can just come over here, ask any of your question, and it is going to give you a response. Apart from that, inside your live classes, so we have integrated a real-time AI, and that too, it is going to give you an answer based on the public data as well as based on the private data. So that is the kind of a system that we have already integrated inside your live system, so that your mentor can answer, and along with that, so even system will be able to give you an answer, so that you are not supposed to wait for a very long time to ask your question. You can ask your question anytime you want, and any kind of a question you can ask with respect to a public data or maybe with respect to a private data. So when I say private data, means Euron data. So you can ask any kind of a question, and our system is going to tackle each and everything. Our system is going to give you all kind of answer. Now coming back, so yeah, we do have a data science batches, we have a big data batches, a live batches with Euron Plus. In a single subscription, you all will be able to access everything for an entire year. Now if you are going to purchase one single batch, you will be able to get a lifetime access, but I think it's not required. So why to go and purchase a batches again and again and again from this platform, from some other platform? So just enjoy one student one subscription. And when I have launched Euron, this was my intention, to create a OTT platform, because I need, like I said, so need of upskilling or need of reskilling is growing day by day, and that too when technology is very dynamic. So every other day you will be able to see something different, right? So like we have seen a lot of changes, a lot of advancement in last 2 years just with respect to AI. And just because of AI, so we are able to see a lot of changes in every domain, not just in data science or big data or data analytics domain, but in every domain. So keeping that in mind, so we have released our OTT platform, and hope all of you are enjoying it. And those who are going to join in later stage, even you all will be able to enjoy. Now coming to your syllabus part, guys. So here I have divided this entire syllabus in 9 main sections. and inside that, so you have 100 plus subtopic in which I have divided each and everything. So now, so here I have mentioned a just an introduction of a data science architecture component. For example, we do a lot of like a ML ops operation, we do a lot of CI/CD operation, we do a lot of ETL operation, we do a lot of real-time data processing, a batch mode data processing, or maybe a near real-time data processing. So keeping that in a mind, so this section is going to give you a component overview, that which component is being used for what purposes, so that before getting into the architecture part, you all will be able to understand all of these components. If you don't have understanding, if you have understanding, that's well and good. But yeah, so if you don't have understanding, just by going through this component, or maybe you can say a high level component, you all will be able to understand, and that will give you a flexibility to understand the entire architectural concept in a best possible way. Now, the next part which I have designed, so where I have mentioned a multiple architecture. So architecture for a supply chain. So I'm going to pick one of the problem that I have solved in my previous company or in my past. And then I'm going to talk about a functional architecture, as well as I'm going to talk about a technical architecture. Then again, same goes for e-commerce, same goes for healthcare, same goes for finance, same goes for social media, content moderation, same goes for data engineering, some of the pipeline, and same goes for planning and methodology that we use for a product or maybe a project development. So where we do a real-time work, because people are going to ask you a question, even with respect to this. Maybe if you're going to join as a fresher, they are not going to ask you much question. But if you are going to join some company as an experienced person, for sure, people are going to shoot up a lot of questions from this particular part. So keeping that in mind, I have kept this particular section. Now coming to the next part, how we can forget mathematics part, because mathematics is important. So here in this particular section, so I'm going to talk about a question, a major question, scenario based and direct question, both kind of a question I'm going to discuss in this particular section with respect to mathematics, not just a statistics, I would say, but yeah, a complete mathematical overview, where I'm going to like discuss more than, I would say, 60-70 plus question just from this particular part, so that you all will feel comfortable while answering any kind of a mathematical question, direct or scenario based. Because most of the time you will not be able to receive a direct question. Most of the time in an interview, in a real interview, people are going to give you a situation, and then they are going to ask you a question, and then based on your mathematical interpretation, you have to answer all of these questions. So this is what we are going to do in this particular segment, guys. Now coming to the next part, a core machine learning. So whether it's a supervised, whether it's a semi-supervised, or whether it's a unsupervised, we are going to discuss every algorithms interview question, or I can say all the major algorithms interview question, we are going to discuss about it. Now coming to the third part, deep learning. So again, same, we are going to do everything in depth, a lot of interview question we are going to discuss from this particular segment. Then a computer vision part, then NLP part, and then a generative AI part. And then this is a very important last segment where so let me talk a little bit more about this particular segment, because this is something which is very, very important. Now, so here, portfolio building on a GitHub, or maybe on a LinkedIn, or maybe doing a networking. So we are going to discuss about this particular part, how you will be able to showcase a project or maybe an interview, or if you have participated in some of the hackathons, so how you are supposed to build a story around it, how you can try to showcase your entire achievement or your entire work around it. So this is what I'm going to discuss, because at the end of the day, whatever you are going to write inside your resume, people are going to ask a question just based out of it, right? Anyone and everyone, whoever is going to ask a question, in 95% of the situation, 95% of the situation, people are going to ask a question based on your resume. So whatever you are going to mention, that will be asked to you. So if you have mentioned something irrelevant, again, so maybe you will get stuck somewhere. So this is something that we are going to discuss. And like I said, I'm going to share year-wise sample ATS friendly resume. This is what I'm going to do. Now, you are going to fill up all the data based on the entire discussion, and then you are going to send back your resume to us. so that we are going to review your resume, and then we will be sending back that particular resume to you, so that your resume will be aligned towards a modern approach of building a resume, and it should be ATS friendly, and it should not like give you any kind of it should not put you in a situation so where you will not be able to answer anything. So this is what we are going to do. So resume and portfolio review, ML theory and practical scenario-based Q&A. A lot of questions we are going to discuss. System design, mock interview. So this will be kind of a wind-up session. So we are going to discuss and we are going to touch upon each and every things one by one. So where we'll be doing a lot of like a question answering things inside a class itself. So where I will be asking you a question and then you are going to answer to all of these questions. So this will be a discussion between me and you, so that you should feel like that we are doing a mock-up. We are doing a mock-up interview. So all of these things we are going to discuss, plus behavioral and soft skill. So many companies try to take your behavioral round, or maybe a soft skill is very much important, because at the end of the day, knowing a tech is not sufficient. So apart from that, you should also know how to represent or how to sell yourself in an interview, because an interview is nothing but selling yourself, right, to someone. So this is something that we are going to discuss in this particular one, because there is a lot which happens over here. So when we talk about a behavioral or maybe a soft skill, so this is something that we'll be discussing. Now, coming to the next part. So yeah, handling a tricky math stats question under time pressure. So how to like tackle this thing. So if you are not aware about some of the questions, so how to handle that situation. If you are discussing your salary, so how to handle such kind of a situation. So each and everything we are going to discuss in this wind up session. So it will be like a lot of discussions between me and you back and forth at that point of time. Okay, so this is a overview of your entire syllabus, guys, and what is going to happen inside this particular batch. I believe we all are aware about the date, which is today. It's a starting date. We all are aware about a timing, and believe me, it will be fun. You will not feel like we are studying something, or we are just going through some of the boring theoretical topic. Believe me, this is how this entire batch is going to happen. So you all are going to enjoy at the end of the day. You all are going to enjoy. Literally, you are going to enjoy. Okay, so now, if you are going to miss any of the classes, so in that case, we are going to provide a recording. So recording will be available inside your dashboard. If you have missed any of the resources that we are going to share with you, you all will be able to see all of those resources inside your dashboard once again. So everything and anything, whatever we are going to share, whatever we are going to discuss, each and everything will be available inside your dashboard. So you are not supposed to worry about anything. It will be available with all of you. Fine, guys. Hope everything is good. Yeah. So I'll take some of the question, guys. Don't worry. I'll take some of the question from our dashboard. But yeah, just give me some time. So I'll try to finish my entire material, and then I'm going to take a lot of questions. A lot of question means literally a lot of question I'm going to take from all of you. Okay, now coming to our next part, guys. So like I said, I have prepared a lot of things for all of you, a lot of like a documentation for this particular class. So here, whenever you are going to join any company as a data scientist, so based on a different level of experience, what kind of technology or what kind of expertise you should hold, so that you all will be able to get a job in an easiest possible way. So here is a detailed documentation which I have prepared for all of you. So let's suppose I'm a person who is going to join a particular organization, or maybe if I'm applying for a particular job as a fresher. So in that situation, what will be my roles and responsibility, and what are the skill set which is required? So now, whenever you are going to join as a fresher, you will be called as a junior data scientist, and your responsibility will be this much on an average. Again, So team to team, it is going to vary. But again, so whatever I have written over here, so it's a standard approach, or it's a standard kind of a work that each and everyone as a fresher used to get. So collect, clean, and pre-process a data every day. So again, it's not like every day you will just collect the data, because whenever we talk about a real-time industry situation, so over there, so we try to get a data not just from one single sources, or not just a single kind of a one kind of a data. So we will be able to get a lot of different variety of a data in a different mode with a different latency, or I can say maybe in a batch, maybe in a streaming, or maybe in a near real-time data, we all will end up getting. And we have to connect to our data sources, we have to collect the data, then based on the business logic, based on the functional requirement, based on the technical requirement, you all will have to clean the data, you all will have to pre-process the data. And business to business, domain to domain, team to team, or client to client, it is going to vary. So it's not like you will end up doing something which is a repetitive task on each and every day. And at some point of a time, you will have to even automate this entire process. So you will have to automate the entire process. Then build and validate machine learning model. So it's not like we build a model every day. No, once in a while. So the reality is, once in a while, we try to build a model, or you can say 5% of the work will be involved around building a model, and 95% of the work will be before model and after model, because there are a lot of things which happens before building a model and after building a model. Because it's not like just building a single model or maybe a pickle file, but before that, so we have to do a lot of like a processing, we have to do build a lots of like a pipelines. And then after building a model, so we have to scale it, we have to host it, we have to fine tune it, we have to retrain it. So we have to build a lot of pipeline around it, and this is something that you will end up doing. Perform an EDA operation, so not EDA operation on a simple Titanic kind of a data. So business is going to give you a business related data. You will have to acquire a functional knowledge about that particular data, or business knowledge about that particular data, and then you will be doing a EDA around it and work on a feature engineering, model tuning. So this is something that you all will end up doing. What are the skill set which is required, or what will be the expectation from an industry side? So Python, R, or SQL. So nowadays there are very few projects which is using R. Majority of the industry grade projects are using Python because it's easy, and there are a lot of libraries which is available, so people are using Python. Then obviously stats. Now when I say stats, you are not supposed to hold a PhD. There are many people, I have seen that they try to focus more and more just on a mathematics. It's completely fine, right? Yes, machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, NLP, it's all about a mathematics, and everything revolves around a mathematics. So when you will try to understand any algorithm without mathematics, you will not be able to understand. But on a day zero of your career, you are not supposed to get a PhD into a mathematics. It's completely fine if I know just a basic of statistics, a basic of probability, a basic of linear algebra, a basic of a calculus. That's it. And then you will be able to work, and eventually you all will be able to learn and grow inside the industry. Then pandas, one of the most powerful library. NumPy, again for a numerical calculation, one of the most popular library. Scikit-learn, almost every day you will end up using. So NumPy, pandas, and Scikit-learn. And then data visualization, maybe a matplotlib, maybe a seaborn, or maybe like a plotly, such kind of libraries you will end up using. Now, so a second role is a machine learning engineer, again a junior one. So as a machine learning engineer, implement and optimize a machine learning model which your junior has already built, and even you will be junior over here. Work on a feature engineering, deploy a model using a Flask, or maybe a fast API, or maybe some other APIs. Depends upon the language, or maybe a framework that you are going to use. But yeah, so this is a bare minimum knowledge that you must be having. Automate a machine learning pipeline with the help of ML ops, machine learning operations. And again, the skill required is Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, machine learning algorithms, APIs, Docker, and CI/CD. So these are the skill set which is required. And now, why I'm talking about all of this skill set, guys? The thing is that when we start studying, right? So we try to go and try to take a suggestion from someone, and they say that go and learn everything. No, it's not required, right? Yeah, it's completely fine. If you have a time, if you have energy, if you have a bandwidth, then go and learn each and everything. But practically, it's impossible in a 6 month of time, or maybe in a 9 month of time, or maybe in a 3 4 month of time. You will not be able to learn. You will not be able to master each and everything. So I always advise to my student that try to build a focus, and focus should be related to a role where you are going to, or the company, or maybe a role for which you all are going to apply, and try to get a job as soon as possible. You should not like, you should keep on preparing for year on year, just like a UPSC exam, or maybe some other kind of a government exam, so where you are preparing for maybe a 10 or 12 year, and again your kid will come and then they will also start preparing along with you. No, you're not supposed to do, or maybe you're not supposed to do a preparation in that particular manner. So just try to find out a goal, that what is your goal. If you would like to become a machine learning junior engineer, or maybe a junior data scientist, it's completely fine. So try to draw a line over there, that I will learn just this much. I've seen many people and they used to advise that learn this, learn that, learn that. Now, so we feel overwhelmed, and just because of that, so we don't even learn even a single thing. So I never try to showcase, or I never try to say such kind of a things to my student, that go and learn everything. No, based on your goal, based on the industry, based on the requirement, based on the things that you are going to write inside your resume, you have to draw a line, and you have to stop yourself over there. Start applying for the job, start applying for the internship, start applying for the freelancing jobs, and then try to be a part of industry. Then your actual learning is going to start, and eventually you will grow faster and faster. If you will start preparing for everything, believe me, you will end up getting nothing, means literally nothing. I have seen thousands of such cases in my career, because I have been teaching since last 7 to 8 years. So in that's like 7 to 8 years of my teaching career, I've seen so much of this kind of a situation. Coming to the next one. So even you can try to join some of the company as an AI research intern, as a fresher, or maybe as an associate. Now for that, so obviously some advanced degree, maybe a master's or maybe a PhD is required over here, and conduct a research on AI models, implement a novel algorithms, a new algorithms based on the business use cases, which is going to solve a real business problem. Work on deep learning architecture, write a research paper. So again, this is a complete research based role that you all will be able to get. But in majority of a company, they will be expecting you to have a master's degree, or maybe a PhD. Maybe not a PhD, but still a master's degree. So unless and until you don't have that, I will say leave it. Leave this particular part. Yeah. Okay. Now, so here, obviously, you have to be pro in mathematics. You have to be pro in writing a research paper. You have to be pro in terms of doing a lot of research on a new concept, or formalize a new research based on the business cases, or based on the problems that business is going to face. But yeah, everyone is not supposed to target this one. So if you have done masters, and if you have an intention to join some of the company as a researcher, only and only in that situation. Otherwise, no. Means literally no. Now coming to the next one, mid-level, 3 to 7 year. So you will be able to join as a data scientist. Responsibility will be develop a predictive model, a lot of predictive model. So again, your junior is going to develop, and there will be a lot of junior inside your team, and they are going to develop. Maybe you will end up evaluating all of those model, conduct A/B testing for a performance, or maybe for like getting some sort of an insight from your client, or maybe from a real data. Work on NLP, computer vision, time series forecasting, deploy model into a production, maintain it. Simple. Now the skill set required will be Python, SQL, stats, MLDL, obviously, cloud platform. So maybe Azure, maybe AWS, or maybe GCP. If you are going to ask me which cloud platform I'm supposed to focus more and more, I'll tell you only one: AWS in a very first place. It's very powerful. Almost every kind of a services which is required to build any real-time application, you will be able to find out on AWS. And majority of people inside the industry is using AWS. I'm not saying that I'm not against GCP, I'm not against Azure, not at all. But yeah, so if you have to learn something, if you have to invest your energy and time on something, first go with AWS. Believe me, you all will be able to understand all the services, even in GCP and even in Azure. So you don't have to relearn each and everything from zero. No. So when you will start learning Azure, when you will start learning GCP, and if you have already experience with AWS, believe me, you will not have to start from a zero. You will be starting from one, and that matters a lot, because starting from zero gives us a lot of pain. So you don't have to go through those pain again and again and again. So hope all of these things are making sense to all of you guys. Yes. Okay. Now, if you are going to apply for a senior data scientist, then responsibility will be lead data science project. So you will be working as a lead over there, and there is a possibility that you will be having not just one project, maybe a multiple project altogether. You are going to work with a multiple team, and yeah, so you will be collaborating, or maybe you will help your other team member from a different project to collaborate with each other, assign a task on a regular basis, understand a client's requirement, and then based on that develop the entire system or fulfill a client's requirement. So develop advanced AI model, work with the stakeholder, like I have mentioned, that you will have to work with a lot of stakeholder, internal as well as external. Depends project to project, but yes, you will have to deal with a lot of stakeholder over here. So it's not like you will just end up doing a tech work on a daily basis. You will have to, and again, so when I'll be talking about the architecture, I'll talk about even myself, that when I was working in that particular project, what was my role, what was my day-to-day responsibility, what I was doing, what my team was doing. So I will try to tell you each and everything, so that you can go and you can discuss about the exact same situation or scenario in front of interviewer. So I'll be sharing the entire experience that I have working alone, working with a team, developing a project as just a single one, or maybe working on a multiple project at a time. So yeah, the skill set required will be Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, MLOps, cloud, and a lot of experimentation, because people are going to give you a lot of POCs project as well, a proof of concept project, or maybe an MVP project. People are going to give you. Now, applied scientist. So again, this is a research-based role where heavy mathematics, masters, or maybe a PhD, which is required. Now, as a deep learning engineer, you can try to join. So again, developing a deep learning model, optimizing a neural network. Skill set which is required will be Python, PyTorch, TensorFlow, computer vision, and so on. Now, so if you have 8 to 15 year of experience, now here the amazing part is, again, so there is a lot of pros and cons. So if you have experience somewhere between 8 to 15 years, with respect to many companies, the process that if you don't like coding, you don't have to do a coding. Again, this is not applicable with each and every company. So again, in a product-based company, you will have to do a coding. But yeah, so if you're working with the MNC or maybe some sort of a startup, so in that case, you will not have to do a coding. You will be having a lot of people under you who can do a coding, who can design, who can develop, who can productionize each and everything. But the cons is you will have to keep yourself updated on a regular basis. You should know each and everything about data science. When I say data science, means everything from ML, DL, NLP, computer vision, generative AI. Lot of study you will have to do, a lot of research you will have to keep on doing. You will have to ask your team consistently that build this MVP, build that MVP, build that POC, this POC. So again, there is a pros and there is a cons. So depends again on an industry or team that you are going to join, or a company. So it's not like you will just like do a coding, or you will build an architecture each and every day. But yeah, so you will be having a kind of a techno-functional role. You will be involved with a business as well as on a tech side of it. As a principal data scientist, so again, work on a cutting edge application, drive AI adoption in your organization. So it will be you as a principal data scientist who will introduce a new project or maybe a new product. Someone is asking MVP. It's not MVP. It's a MV. V means this. MVP, minimum viable product, basically. Okay. So yeah. So MVP or maybe POC, proof of concept. Right. So this is something that you all will end up doing as a principal data scientist, and this is a very crucial role, I would say. So drive AI adoption, and we all know that how AI is trying to evolve itself since last 2 years. And every day we see a new post, we see a new model, and someone try to claim 80% accuracy, then on other days so someone will try to claim 82%, some other day 84%, some other day someone will showcase some different kind of a benchmarking, some different kind of problem solving. And this is the reality. This is the reality of our tech industry nowadays, and I believe this is going to be the consistent. This reality is not going to change now, because this is how the tech has evolved itself in last 3 decades, I would say, after 1990s. So yeah. So here, enterprise AI research and development AI strategy, everything will be in your hand for your entire organization. So whatever AI development which is going to happen inside your organization, everything is going through you in your organization. So this role is again a lot of responsibility comes with this particular role. So power always comes with the responsibility. I think we all know that particular quote from a Batman, I believe, or maybe a Spider-Man. I don't remember, but yeah. So here you will be having a lot of responsibilities. Now AI ML architect. So again, similar to this, a lot of research, like a on the task you will end up doing. Now senior leadership role. Now, so in every organization there will be one or two leader. So if organization is big, then obviously number of leaders in every vertical will be more and more. But yeah, so director of a data science, if you are going to join on this particular role, so observe AI team and projects. So the entire project inside your organization, if you are the only director of a data science exist in your organization, in that case, let's suppose there are hundreds of projects in a different vertical which is going on. So you are the one who will have to take a responsibility. Doesn't matter if your junior is going to, or if your fresher, or maybe if your intern, if your lead is going to do a mistake, business is going to ask a question just to you, that okay, give me the answer, give me the solution, give me the product. Simple, right? Give me maybe a revenue, give me some sort of a business out of it. So a lot of responsibility, like I said. So this entire hierarchy I have created in such a way that if you will start coming down to this hierarchy, your responsibility will keep on increasing. And again, so with responsibility you have to update yourself. Plus, not just you have to update yourself, so it's not just about a learning on this particular level, it's also about implementation in a fastest possible way, because you have to make sure that your organization must produce a competitive product in a market, because you are not the only one inside the industry as of now. There are so many competition outside, and you will have to deal with each and every one. So you have to keep yourself on toes every time, day and night. But yeah, if you're junior, you can just enjoy the life. Simple. So people who work on these level, they barely enjoy the life. It looks like they enjoy the life, but yeah, the reality is very different. Okay, now VP of a data science and AI, so which is parallel to this one. Again, same thing. Chief data scientist. This name looks fancy, chief data scientist, CDS, but again, scary in terms of a job role. So these are the job role, guys, from junior till senior level. You all will be able to get. So hope I'm able to explain you what kind of roles and responsibility that you are supposed to target. Now, according to our roles and responsibility, you are supposed to do a preparation. Let's suppose if I'm applying for a chief data scientist, it's not like I'll have to learn pandas, numpy, scikit, and all those things. No, it's not like that, right? Maybe I'll have to work more and more on a product development, maybe more and more on the architecture, maybe more and more on the research, maybe more and more on the cost optimization, maybe more and more on the infra optimization. So I will have to work on that level. And again, as a junior, I'm not supposed to worry about those things, right? So whenever you are trying to make a preparation, that's the reason. So I keep on saying people that first decide your goal. So what you are trying to target, and then try to do a preparation, not a vice versa. So I've generally seen the people that they start doing a preparation first, and then in a later stage, sometime after learning each and everything, after spending a lot of time and energy, so they start thinking about their goal, which eventually never work for any one of us. So my sincere advice to all of you, that decide a goal first, decide your role first, and then jump into any kind of a learning. Without that, see, learning is endless, right? There are thousands, not just hundreds, there are thousands of things which you can go and learn. But is it required? Will I be able to use it? That we have to ask in a very first place. And I believe many of us don't even ask that question. So my sincere request to all of you that please go and ask this question to all of you, that what I'm preparing for, what is my goal, what kind of a roles and responsibility I will be able to get. And accordingly, if you will start preparation, believe me, your preparation time will be optimized. And in a bare minimum time, you all will be able to crack it. Otherwise, just keep on learning. Just go, keep on learning, keep on going through a material, maybe a code, maybe a project. But at the end of the day, it is not going to yield any kind of a fruitful result for any of us. Fine, guys, everyone? Yes. Hope all of you are not getting bored. So if you're not getting bored, then I'll come to the next part. So salary part, I'll come to the salary part next. Yes. Okay. I'll be taking a question, guys. Don't worry. I'll be taking a lot of questions, but let me discuss my slide first, and then I'll answer each and every question that you have. So people who are asking any kind of a question on YouTube and people who are asking any kind of a question inside a Euron dashboard, I'll try to answer each and every question of yours, and then I will try to wrap up the session. Before that, I will not wrap up the session. So sit tight. At least try to get this entire overview that I'm trying to talk about. Yeah. Okay. Now, so if I'll talk about a job, right? So many people say that job is equally available for entry level, for a fresher, or maybe a dropout, for a person who is in their very early stage of their career, or mid-level, or experienced, or a senior level. But that is not a reality. And this is the reason, so I have prepared this particular points. So where I can talk about a reality. Now, this reality may be like a go a little bit up, maybe a little bit down. So based on the data which is available over the internet, so I have done some sort of a research so that I can come inside the class and I can talk about the reality, right? Again, based on the public data which is available. So not on my own data, based on the public data which is available globally on a different job platform. And even you can do a research, you can do your own research, because whatever is available to me, it's available to you. Very simple. Now, so reality wise, across our industry, if I'll talk about a data science based job, so for a fresher who is having somewhere between a 0 year of experience, or maybe if you are a dropout, only 5% of the positions. So let's suppose there are 100 jobs in a market for a data scientist or for a data science, the role which I have already discussed. Out of this 100, only 5 will be available, or as of now, in a current situation, right? Maybe this dynamics is going to change in an upcoming year. Maybe it will go up, maybe it will go down. But yeah, it was it was actually up 2 or 3 years back. So this was not the same ratio 2 or 3 years back. But now this is the reality, this is the ratio. And I believe we all are supposed to talk about the reality, and we are not supposed to exaggerate, because I can't just go and give you a commitment that no, there are tons of job which is available, right? You should know the competition, you should know about the reality. So this is the reality check slide which I have prepared. For an entry level, 0 to 1 year, maybe this particular points could be disappointing for some of us, and maybe some of us will feel happy. But yeah, so let's talk about the reality. So 5% of the positions are available for a fresher or entry level. That's a reality. Now, people who are in their early career stage, out of 100, approximately 20 jobs are available for this early career stage people. So who is having somewhere experience of like a 1 or 2 year. Now, when I talk about the experience, I'm not just saying that you should have experience just in data science. No, there's a possibility that you are coming from maybe some different domain, from some different technology. It's completely fine. Industry always try to see your overall experience. And again, whatever you are going to write inside your resume, people are going to ask you questions based on that. You will be able to get an interview opportunity based on that. So here, around 20% of the position will be available for a person who is in their early career stage. Mid-level, so if you have experience somewhere between 2 to 5 years, so almost 34% of the positions are available for a mid-level. Now, if you are experienced person, somewhere between 5 to 7 years, roughly 25% of the jobs are available for you, and on a senior level 15% positions are available to you. So whatever role which I have discussed in my previous slide, so you can try to map it accordingly, and these are the percentage of the jobs which is available. Now when I say percentage, you can go to LinkedIn, you can go to Naukri, you can go to Indeed, you can go to Monster, you can go to Hiree, then try to search a keyword called as data science, or I mean machine learning, deep learning, computer vision, check a number of job. Out of that particular job, this will be the on an average, somewhere number will go up, somewhere number will go down, but it will not fluctuate more, believe me. So at least for this month or maybe couple of upcoming month, this is not going to fluctuate much. So this is a percentage of the job which will be available. That's the reason, so I'm not talking about the number, exact numbers, I'm talking about the percentage, right? So this is the approximate percentage you all will be able to find out, and based on that you can keep yourself ready for a competition, right? So if you have somewhere around 2 to 5 year experience, so again competition is less over here because majority of jobs are available for this particular role, and then like this and this is approximately same 20%, 25%. Now if I'll talk about the salary, so again this is not an exact salary I'll be talking about. So I'll be talking about basically on an average industry wide salary. Now salary depends upon a multiple factor: your educational background, the number of projects that you have done, the kind of a networking that you are able to build, the kind of a company that you are going to join, maybe a early stage startup, maybe a established one, a well funded startup, maybe a MNC company, maybe a product based company. So there are a lot of things which comes in between when we try to talk about a salary. There are a lot of variable over here, but this is just an approximate one on an average one which I have written over there. There are people who will end up getting maybe a crores and crores of salary, but that is not normal. And if that is not normal, I'm not going to talk about it. I don't want to give a false hope to any one of us that no, just do this and you will be able to end up getting a crores of package, or like a 50 lakh package, or like a 80 lakh of package. No, I'm not going to talk about that particular part. I will be talking about just a normalized one. So this is a normalized salary. Plus I have prepared something over here. So entry level, 0 to 2 year experience, 3.8 to 7 lakh per annum you can expect from a company. Now mid level, 10 to 15 lakh, 3 to 5 year experience. This is something that you can expect. Senior level, somewhere around 16 to 30 lakh you can try to expect, 6 plus. Now beyond 6 plus, it varies a lot, because by the time you will be having 6 plus year of experience, you will be having a lot of knowledge, a lot of expertise, a lot of situation scenario you have already handled. So you will be eligible for better and better and better opportunity in a market. So that's the reason. So beyond 6 plus, I have not written. So over there, salary can go till any number. Now, if you are going to join a product-based companies, so this is just a number for a product-based companies. So salary will be somewhere between this to this. I think you all can see the number, but again, we should target a job first. Even if I will be able to get a 3 LPA, it's completely fine. I should be a part of industry, because switching a career at any point of a time will be available to me as an option anytime. So job first and then salary later. This is a mentality that we all should keep if we are joining some company as a fresher, or if we have experience around 1 to 3 years. Yeah, after that obviously you will be a part of like a broader community, and by that time you will end up learning a lot of things, so you will be able to negotiate. Now if I'll talk about the startup in general, 5 lakh to 15 lakh for entry to mid-level position, you all will be able to get. Senior role can command a higher package. That's the reason. So I have not mentioned a package over here, because I don't want to showcase a false figure to any one of us. Like I have mentioned, if a startup is a well-funded one, if there is a need, if you have a better connect over there, you will end up negotiating any kind of a salary where your experience, your tech expertise, all most of the things doesn't even matter. Believe me, this also happens, and this is a reality of our industry, right? So especially in a well-funded startup. So I believe this is something which I have already mentioned. So when I was talking about rules and everything, now multinational MNCs, approximately 14 lakh per annum, again for a mid-senior level role. Location wise, on an average, 13.6 lakh per annum. Again, I'm not talking about a fresher, guys. I'm talking about someone who is having somewhere around 1 to 3 years of experience. Delhi, almost same, and Mumbai, so this much. But again, these are not a fixed figure. You can try to target for higher, or maybe you will end up getting even a lower. What I always suggest to my student is try to focus on a job first. That should be your intention. That should be your motto on a very, very first place. Is it clear, guys? Fine. Shall we move ahead to the next slide? Please say yes in the chat. Yes. Okay. Fine. Now, got a lot of yes. Coming to the next part. So here I have prepared a complete PDF. So where you can go and you can start applying for the job. So whenever you want. So there, so India wise, so again, country wise, I have prepared this particular slide. So people who is from India or USA or UK or Canada or Australia. So these are the platform which I have listed down, and you all can feel free. Again, these are not the only platform which I'm saying, but yeah, these are the popular platforms. So where you can go for a job hunt, you can try to apply for a job in India. LinkedIn and Naukri. So if you'll go on a Naukri, you will be able to find out a lot of position, a lot of opportunities, even if you are fresher, even if you are experienced person, or even if you are trying to apply for a senior or super senior role. Again, Naukri and LinkedIn is two of my favorite like a platform for applying a job. LinkedIn is like a social media, so where you can even build your own network. But yeah, so Naukri and LinkedIn. Again, so United States, Naukri is not available, but Indeed and LinkedIn is available. Apart from that, so I've listed down a couple of other platforms. So where you can try to go and try to apply for the job for USA. Again, I have listed down a couple of more platforms because LinkedIn is everywhere. So you can try to use LinkedIn. But along with that, there are other job platforms as well. Again, for Canada, so I have mentioned a couple of things. Again, for Australia, so I have mentioned a couple of the unique platforms. Now, so it's not like so you should always end up getting or you should always end up looking for a full-time job. There is a possibility and there is a chance that some of us would like to go for a freelancing job, right? Or maybe a part-time job. Again, some of the part-time job you will be able to find out on above platform as well. But there are a lot of platforms which is dedicated for providing just a freelancing job, right? First, just a freelancing job. Now, so if you are just looking for a freelancing job, then these are the platform. These are the platform of work, freelancer, Contra, Quick, where you can go, you can try to search for a freelancing job if you are from India. If you're from United States, then Topple, Arc, Fever, even if you work over here, but yeah, it works well for that part of the world. United States, so again, there are multiple job platform which I have listed down. Canada, Australia, again, multiple job platform which I have listed down. And I will be sharing this entire things inside your dashboard so that you can just go through it. And whenever you are ready, after this interview preparation, or maybe after doing a preparation for the entire data science stack, you can just go explore and start applying for the job over there. Now coming to my next slide. So role I have already discussed, tech for data science stack. Let me talk about it. And this is more or less related to things which I have already discussed with respect to a role. So let's suppose if I'm trying to focus just on machine learning, right? Just only one single stack, which is a machine learning for which I'm trying to focus. So this is a in-depth, in detail roadmap which I have prepared, that what you are supposed to prepare and what you are not supposed to prepare. Like I said, that most of us, right? Most of us end up preparing everything, anything and everything. And I don't think that that is a correct approach to do a preparation. So whenever you're trying to do a preparation, you should be very much focused with respect to a role, with respect to a domain, and with respect to a technology. Because if you'll start learning, you will not be able to learn everything which exists on this particular planet. So if I'm going to apply for a machine learning role, so programming wise, Python is one of my favorite, but there are some people so who would prefer to go ahead with the R or maybe Julia. Occasionally I have written over here, that's the reason. So Julia I have written occasionally, but yeah, Python is one of my favorite, and I think it's a favorite for most of the people who are the part of data industry, because of the ease of use and the support, a different kind of a library support. So Python is a language, and I would say if you are going ahead with Python, then just go ahead with the Python. No need to explore any other language. Means literally any other language. Fine. So someone is saying you are awesome. Thank you so much. Thanks. Okay, now, so if I'll talk about libraries, so NumPy, Pandas, Scikit. So again, whenever we are talking about the libraries, I will never say that go and start exploring each and every function which is available inside a NumPy, inside a Pandas, inside a Scikit, because 10,000s of functions are available just in NumPy and in Pandas and in Scikit-learn. No, pick a single use case, pick a single problem, and then with respect to those problems, try to do a preparation and try to learn this NumPy, Pandas, and Scikit. Because learning a library is not going to yield any kind of a result at the end of the day. Then algorithm wise, advanced ML algorithm wise, so XGBoost, Light, GVM, CatBoost, all those algorithms, apart from the basic algorithms, from a supervised, unsupervised, and a semi-supervised. Data processing, so obviously feature engineering, this library you can use, this library, and then this library you can try to use. Data cleaning, so again for EMS and for NLP. Model development wise, so regression model, classification model, clustering model, or demonstrated direction model, DR model, you can try to build. Evaluation wise, these are the things that you are supposed to learn. Big data wise, Spark, MLlib, Task, or Ray, you can try to explore. Cloud wise, AWS SageMaker, Google Vertex, or maybe Azure ML, you can try to learn. ML ops wise, Docker, Kubernetes, MLflow, Kubeflow, TensorFlow serving, and Fast API. That's it. That's it. Means whenever you're trying to prepare for a machine learning, I will recommend that try to go through all of these at least once at once. Try to do some sort of a small building, maybe a POC, maybe MVPs. Try to build it, and then start preparing your resume. Start preparing for your interview, and then start applying for the job. So that should be the nature of the preparation that you should adopt. Again, depends upon person to person, but yeah, this is my advice to all of you. Don't go and explore each and everything. Now, if you are preparing for a deep learning, then again, programming wise, Python, Julia is again optional over here. Framework wise, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Keras, and JAX. So I would say TensorFlow, PyTorch. Again, Keras is a high label on top of TensorFlow itself. So if you are exploring Keras, then you don't have to go through TensorFlow in depth. Then again, technique wise or algorithm wise, so series of CNN. So there are a lot of like a CNN algorithms are available. So LeanNet is available, AlexNet is available, VGG is available, ResNet is available. Again, a lot of variations of RNN you will be able to find out, LSTMs and transformers you will be able to find out. So just try to go through this. And again, on all of these topics, I'm going to discuss interview question and answer. So if you will go and try to check your interview preparation batch, I have mentioned each and everything. Model optimization wise, so yes, mixed precision training or maybe a quantization of the model you can try to learn. Then hardware acceleration wise, a CUDA, and then TensorRT or maybe a TPUs, tensor processing unit, you can try to explore. Cloud wise, again, AWS, GCP, and Azure. And ML ops wise or DL ops wise, CI/CD or ops part, TensorFlow serving, TOS serve, Fast API, Docker, Kubernetes. This is a repetitive one. So if you are aware about these things from ML ops, ML section, then you don't have to go through this section once again. If I'll talk about NLP, so again, NLTK, Spacey, text blob, all of this topic, and then deployment finally, which is more or less same in all the sections. So if you are if you'll go through a machine learning, maybe a deep learning, maybe this entire section, more or less it's going to be same apart from a couple of addition. Now, if I'll talk about a computer vision, same. So Python, if you are going for a research, in that case, C++, simple. If you are going for the research, if you are going for the application building, then just Python, just Python. You have to go through it, right? And then all of this listed things, and this all of this syllabus is also a part of your full stack data science, which is already available in Hindi as well as in English on your own platform. Now, generative AI wise, a lot of things which we try to prepare nowadays, a lot of libraries we try to explore nowadays. But I would say try to build your basic first, because basic is not going to change. And if you are aware about a basic, believe me, it is not going to give you any kind of a pain, even if you are going to explore something new which is going to come in a market today, tomorrow, or maybe in a future. So I will always advise that try to build a basic, and based on those basic, those fundamentals, this is a roadmap. This is the plan that I think we all should adopt. So this is a tech stack for a data science, guys. So it depends upon the role that you are going to target. So like I said, never try to target each and everything. Always try to target based on the final goal that you have. And last but not the least, so this is my last slide. After that, I'll start taking the questions from all of you. So this is a kind of a, this is just a sample question, right? Just a sample question, right? For one of the section which I have prepared. So a general question means a direct question, cut to cut question, which I'm going to discuss. So I'll be taking a questions and I will be giving an answer, business wise, tech wise, both. And then there will be a scenario based question I'm going to discuss in each and every section. So whether it's architecture or statistics or machine learning or deep learning or computer vision or NLP. In every section, I am going to put up a lot of scenario based questions. So this is just a sample which I have prepared so that I can come inside the class. I can try to showcase you that this is how a question we are going to take and we are going to discuss. So everywhere I have mentioned scenario based question in every section. So whatever I'm going to discuss, scenario based question will be a part of it, because there is a very high chance that approximately 20-30% of the question people are going to ask you in an interview, which will be just based out of the scenario, not a direct question. And again, so if you are moving into a product based companies, number of scenario based question or percentage of scenario based question will keep on increasing in a product based companies. So, sir, you forgot IN in Euron. Euron is a different company. IN was a different company. IN was a company which which has been acquired by Physics Wala. Yeah. Okay. So, hope all of these things are good. Now, let me upload this entire things inside your dashboard so that you all will be able to access whenever you want. So uploaded one of the files. So one by one I'm uploading, guys. Okay, so 3 file I have already uploaded, then going for a 4th. Okay. So now, guys, I have uploaded all the files inside the dashboard, and it will be available inside the resource section even after the completion of the class. So now let's start taking some of the question from all of you. So you can ask me a question from a dashboard, or you can ask me a question even from a YouTube. I'm ready for any kind of a question so that you have. So please feel free to ask any kind of a question, guys. Yep. So from a YouTube or even from a dashboard. So this is a dashboard. So people can ask me a question from a dashboard, or you can ask me a question even from a YouTube. Yep. Okay. So please provide me a link for WhatsApp. Fine. So I have already given you a link. Let me provide you a link once again. And anyhow, so that link will be available inside your resource section, so you can access it anytime. So here is a link I have again given to you. Okay, now coming to the next question. Student Nikhil is asking question that student fresher like IIT with a very good skill set got a package above 20 LPA. See, guys, I think we all have seen a news this year, the kind of a package like companies are offering to IITN or to non-IITN. So I would say, yes, if you are from a premium colleges, you will be able to get a early advantage. And that's very true because obviously they have worked hard at some point of a time. So they should get, I think they deserve it, right? But if I'll talk about a real life, right? And your real life is going to start after your college or after your formal education, maybe after your degree, graduation or post graduation. So over there, this doesn't matter because again, you have a complete opportunity or you have enough resources, you have enough market available to you. So where you can try to prepare yourself skill wise as a person, you can try to prepare yourself and then go for any kind of a role. And I believe I know many people, and I know like thousands of such kind of a people, so who are not from a premium colleges, but still they are able to crack a very good package, or they are able to build some of the amazing business, amazing startup, maybe into a tech, maybe into a non-tech in their later stage. So college matters obviously, but in a beginning. If you are going to work hard, if you are going to be consistent, if you are going to be disciplined enough, then you will be able to get whatever you want. Where to find the resource section to download the file? So Ekulam, basically resources are available in a right hand side top corner, so you can click on the resource button. There is a button that we have given to you, right, during a live classes and after the live classes in the same lecture section. So let me take a question from YouTube. So I'm currently enrolled in a Python Hindi batch. I want to pursue in GenAI career. Can I ask if I take GenAI course of a Euron, all things are taught from a basic? Yeah, generative AI, I think BAPI has taken a class for a generative AI. Plus we have generative AI in a recorded mode in Hindi as well as in English. So feel free. And again, we have Euron Plus, guys. So I'm not forcing anyone to buy any kind of a batches. I'm just saying that if you have Euron Plus, just go ahead, enjoy anything that you want. And yeah, so we have that one. सर ये बुक पढ़ते भी हो? आजकल कम पढ़ रहे हैं, पहले पढ़ा करते थे काफी ज्यादा। आजकल लाइक इंटरनेट पर काफी रिसोर्सेज ऑलरेडी अवेलेबल हैं, तो कम ही पढ़ते हैं, बट हाँ पहले तो पढ़ते थे यार। Okay, now coming to the next question, guys. So, sir, will this course cover associate rule, A/B testing, or a market? See, guys, I'm going to discuss interview question with respect to this one. Pratik, answering to your question. So, I'm going to talk about interview question with respect to A/B testing that we try to do inside the industry. So, but Oriya कैसे जानते हो? So basically, I have done my BTech from Odisha. So Berhampur. There is a place called as Berhampur in Odisha, and I've been there for 4 years straight. So I know Oriya. Sir, are you covering any live project? Not in this batch. So for a live project, there are separate batches. So there is a data science batch where we are covering a data science project, then Python batch, Python project, ML ops batch, ML ops project. So in those batches, so we are covering those projects, not in this batch. So that's the reason. So we have separated each and every batches so that we don't have to go and discuss everything in every batches. Otherwise, again, we have to start from a zero. Sir, आप बिहार से हो ना? Yes, I am from Bihar and Jharkhand. पहले दोनों एक ही था वैसे जब हम पैदा हुए थे. How much they are expecting from a 3-year machine learning engineer? Okay, how much they are expecting from a 3-year machine learning engineer? Coding wise, so obviously you are supposed to be good with a coding, especially with a Python and its associated libraries, pandas, numpy, and then for visualization, so matplotlib, and then for deep learning work, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Keras, ONGNX, all those libraries. And then couple of algorithms from a ML side. So I would say some supervised, some semi-supervised, and some unsupervised algorithms. But again, the most important part is the project part. So if you are good with the project, then it's well and good. Otherwise, it is going to give you a lot of pain. To become a junior data scientist, which you on one course will help, I would say go for the data science. ओके ऐप लॉन्च कब तक होगा दिखाते रुको आप लोगों को दिखाते हैं ऐप सो आई एम जस्ट यूजिंग इट सो वी आर टेस्टिंग इट एंड इट्स ऑलरेडी वर्किंग इन माय मोबाइल आई विल जस्ट शो यू द ऐप सो ये गूगल ऐप स्टोर वाले प्ले स्टोर वाले ना थोड़ा डिले कर रहे हैं बट सी ये मेरे में काम कर रहा है ऑलरेडी यूरॉन का ऐप सो ये ऑलरेडी है बट वी आर जस्ट वेटिंग फॉर ऐप स्टोर एंड प्ले स्टोर टू रिलीज इट एंड वहां पर थोड़ा सा लाइक कंप्लायंसेस एंड पॉलिसीज उनकी जो है काफी स्ट्रिक्ट हो गई है सो जैसे ही अप्रूव हो जाएगा वैसे ही पब्लिश कर देंगे इवन आई एम वेटिंग फॉर द ऐप एंड्रॉइड आईओएस बोथ सो या सारे न्यू दिख रहे हैं सो न्यू जो बुक दिखता है ना वो ऐसा नहीं है कि सिर्फ पढ़ने से वो लाइक पुराना दिखता है उसको मेंटेन करने से भी वो नया ही दिखता है तो किसी जगह मेंटेन करोगे ना तो नया दिखेगा ओके सो क्लास नोटिफिकेशन का भी फीचर रखना ऐप रिलीज ही इसीलिए हो रहा है कि नोटिफिकेशन आप तक पहुंच सके टाइम पर राइट क्लास स्टार्ट होने के पहले लाइक दैट्स द रीजन सो वी आर लॉन्चिंग एन ऐप बिकॉज सो दैट वी कैन सेंड यू द नोटिफिकेशन एज सून एज पॉसिबल before starting the classes for iOS too yeah so both Android and iOS both but yeah we are facing some sort of a issue in terms of publishing those apps over iOS because they have changed there are a lot of like guidelines and they have made it very very strict so we have to focus on each and every of guidelines that has been released by App Store and Play Store. Hello sir, I got screwed up in my career. I completed my BTech in 2020 and started preparing for government exam but not able to clear right now. I'm not able to understand what to do next. Karan is asking this question. So Karan, it's fine. I think we all do a lot of mistake. Even in my past, I have done a lot of mistake. And maybe because of that mistake, some people are asking me a question on YouTube. But yeah, so as soon as you are willing to correct your mistake, I think that that's better. So that's the reason. So I have even launched Euron after I Euron, just trying to correct my some of the mistake which I have made in my past. So I believe we all get a opportunity sooner or later in our life. So just start doing, start preparing. You will get an opportunity. We all used to get an opportunity. Believe me, this is how the entire universe works and energy around the universe works. So that's the reality. Please, class timing 8:30. Amarindra, so class timing we have already fixed. So I think it will be difficult for me to like shift it because if I'm going to make it 8:30, people are going to ask me 9. Then some people will ask me 10. So you know the story after that, right? Okay, now taking a new question. Sayyam is asking, hello Rasu sir, total I have 6.5 years of experience and from past 3 years I'm working as a senior data engineer. Now I'm getting bored, okay, fine, with a data engineering part. So I have started learning data science, ML algo, and basic of deep learning, but it's been 2 years. I haven't recalled them back, but that time I have observed my stats knowledge was not so good. You're not supposed to be pro in stats. I keep on repeating this line that don't worry about the stats much. Okay, so I know you're from AI, and now when I come to know you have started a new company, I have purchased a subscription. Can you please guide me which course I should follow and have a successful transition? Okay, so if you are looking for a generative AI, then just go ahead with the generative AI by BAPI or maybe by Prince. So by Prince, it's available in Hindi. By BAPI, it's available in English. So all of these things are available on Euron platform. If you are looking for a complete core data science, then come to my batch. It's available in Hindi as well as in English. I've just started. So yeah. I think it's about Euron. Yeah, it is actually about Euron, the mistake which I was talking about. So yeah, even I have made a lot of blunder in my life. So I think it's time to correct it sooner or later. But yeah, I have made a blunder. I know. How to transition from a Because when you like run the company, right? So it doesn't matter what other people do, but yeah. So if something goes wrong, obviously you have to take the responsibility, and you have to come up with a solution. So I think I'm doing it. I'm just trying to building it. I'm just trying to build it again. Can we get a Gen AI role as a fresher? I think for Gen AI, there are a lot of like opportunity, even as a fresher. So yeah, truly speaking, and again, generative AI, see, it's very new into a market. It's very new into an industry. So again, the interviewer who is going to take your interview are not very much aware about the generative AI. So you have an upper hand. You have an upper hand. So if you are aware about a little bit of things in a better way, there is a very high chance that you will be able to get a like a generative AI. So I have also checked the curriculum of generative AI bootcamp. I think it's not from basic. See, generative AI means generative AI. So whenever I'm talking about a generative AI, I said that it's from basic. Why I'm saying from basic, and people are thinking that it's not from basic. See, basic doesn't mean that I should start everything from a Python, then a stats, and then all those libraries, and then jumping into the generative AI, because that is going to take 8 months of time, maybe 9 months of time. So what we have done is, so we have launched a parallel Python batches, we have launched a parallel data science batches, we have launched a parallel generative AI batches. So that depends upon the need and depends upon your expertise as of now in a current situation. So you can jump into anything. Let's suppose you are starting from very basic. Maybe you are not aware about even a programming. Yes, there is a Python batch. You can just go and join. And that is the reason, so I have built Euron Plus, guys. To be very honest, that's the reason, because I know need of this upskilling or reskilling is never going to change, right? So yeah, so generative AI syllabus that you are able to see, it's actually starting from a basic of generative AI. That's my answer. Maybe I'm able to convince you. Sir, for a data science interview, SQL query questions किस level पूछे जाते हैं? I believe intermediate, basic to intermediate. Because if you're going to apply for a data analyst role or business analyst or maybe for a big data, then till advanced. But for data science, intermediate level. How to improve a coding level? So see, guys, if you have started new as a coder, right? Gala is asking, if you have started, Gala Venkat is asking question. So if you have started new as a coder, in that case, I would say that try to learn the basic, maybe a loop, maybe if else statement, maybe exception handling, or maybe logging, monitoring, package, or maybe modules and oops concept. Now, once you are able to understand that part, pick a small project, maybe a calculator project, let's suppose, right? A very basic one where you are doing just addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, exponent, and all those things. So just try to pick a basic project, build it. You will feel confident. Then go to the next level. Try to automate some of your day-to-day tasks, or maybe try to parse some of the file, maybe Excel file, maybe a PDF file, maybe a Word document. So in this way, gradually try to move. Then try to deploy those systems on maybe a cloud. I'm not saying that directly jump into AWS, GCP, or Azure. No, go ahead with a Heroku. Go ahead with maybe a Streamlit, right? So there are a lot of open cloud platform which is available to you where you can directly build an application. So just go over there. In this way, you will be able to learn the coding. Plus, you will feel like now I'm able to build a logic, because you will be able to build a logic when you will face a challenges. Otherwise, you will just end up learning in a bits and pieces just a programming concept. So that's a whole like a solution behind building a logic. Okay, so now guys, yes, right, interview is also do it about Gen AI. Yeah, fine, MD. I don't want to take a name, so hope you understand. Sir, I want to learn a deployment for ML project in AWS GCP. Please tell me which batch should I prefer. Go with ML Ops. In ML Ops, so Bappy has already shown you each and everything. So deployment, and then around that, the entire ops configuration. So he has already discussed each and everything. Go with ML Ops directly. If you are looking for just a deployment and operations around it, go for ML Ops. Avinash is asking, I'm a fresher. When I'm applying a role related to a data scientist, their requirements are more. They mentioned multiple skills. See, Avinash, if I talk about a job description, right, over any platform, maybe a LinkedIn, maybe a like a Naukri, maybe Indeed, all the time, believe me, all the time you will be able to find out that they have mentioned 4 to 5 programming languages. Then they have mentioned a lot of skill set over there, a lot of libraries over there, a lot of frameworks over there, a lot of deployment technique, a lot of ops technique over there, and some sort of a managerial skill or leader skill as well. You are not supposed to worry about that. Just try to match 30 to 40% of your skill set in your resume, and if you're good with that, 30 to 40% is matching, go ahead, apply. Simple. Big data is required for a data scientist? No, both are different track. So it's not required. Data engineering is a different track and data science is a different track. Can you share some interview SQL question as well? I think I have shared a couple of days back on a social platforms, but yeah. So if you have requested, maybe just give me a reminder sometime. I'll share. I already have that SQL question in very detail. And just a minute, guys. So as you have asked about the SQL, I have it, I think. Let me share my screen once again so that I can show you like a SQL. So, and that is available to all of us. So if I'll go over here, search for a SQL. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. So this is a PDF you will be able to get. So where this is the PDF basically shared by one of my like students, you can say, and he has created a proper SQL interview questions company wise. So you can try to go over here, search for a SQL, and guy name is Tushar basically. So you can find him even on LinkedIn, and he's a working professional, and you will be able to find out a company wise SQL interview questions prepared by him as per his experience. So here is a SQL interview questions, guys, that you can try to like find out, and I you can just go on LinkedIn and try to search Tushar Mauri. You will be able to find him as well. So here is a question. Now coming to the next question from dashboard. Okay, so let me take questions from our dashboard. Sid, suppose working as a ML engineer, Sid is asking question chat. Suppose someone is working as a ML engineer from last 2.5 year, but not able to do some project in a current company. But how to present yourself in an interview for a job switch to get handsome hike? See, Sid, right? Siddharth, I believe your name is. So from a dashboard. So basically, it happens. It's very normal that whenever we are working in some of the company, we will not be able to get a complete holistic overview of the entire project, or maybe we will not be a part of that particular project, awesome project that you're talking about. So just try to connect with your other team member, with the other team, so who is working in some of the amazing project. Try to get some sort of insights from those team member, and based on that, try to build a story and mention that inside your resume. I believe that is going to work for you. So where we can find these questions, please advise. Question, Gunjan, you're talking about the SQL question. So just search for a SQL, you will be able to get a PDF. That PDF is completely free, so you don't have to go for any kind of purchase as well. How LLM models are impacting on the programmers. See, so you can try to think about this LLM models as your helper, as your supporter. So previously what happens is that whenever we are trying to do a coding and whenever we get a stuck, or whenever we were getting an error, so we try to search on a Stack Overflow, we try to search for some solution on a Google, we try to go through a documentation, we try to go through the some of the GitHub repository, right? So that is a trend that we have been following since last lot of so many years. I would say like a decades in a tech industry. But now because of LLM, so it became your new Stack Overflow search, or it became your new Google search in one single place, where it will not just give you a vague result, but it is going to give you, till certain extent, it is going to give you a lot of solutions as well. So you can try to consider that as a helper. Now how it is going to impact the programmer? So obviously the speed in a positive way. If I'll talk about things in a positive way, the impact of LLM on a programmer or on the entire tech industry. So now the things that you are trying to build, you can build it in a faster way as compared to a 2 year or 3 year back. But the negative part is, so yes, a number of people who is required in a particular project is going to reduce, and I think it's already reducing. But yes, at the end of the day, it is going to open up new opportunities as well in a different domain, as entire tech industry is going through a transition because of it. So yeah, there is a negative impact, there is a positive impact, but I believe there are more positive impact as compared to the negative one. Have to remember code in always? No, not at all. I don't remember even a single line of a code. I just like get a problem statement, start coding, break it down into a bits and pieces, and then MCA is needed for data science? No. Any course where we can learn fine tune models and also matrices? I think for matrices, Bappy has already discussed, but for fine tuning, he has not discussed yet. So we are launching another batch, and that will be a part of Euron Plus. And over there, so we are going to discuss. Even I will be taking some of the classes with respect to fine tuning in that one. So soon we are going to make an announcement. We are here. Button is overlapping. Send button. You can try to minimize your entire like a browser window size. I believe keep it on 80%. It is not going to overlap. So any dedicated class for advanced Azure Databricks or Unity Catalog? Unity Catalog I'm not covering. So Azure Databricks advanced I'm covering inside the big data. Okay, so fine guys, if we don't have any kind of a question, okay, there is a very long question from this person. So if you can change your, I can see your number ending with 4430, but I can't see your name. Maybe you can go to profile and then change your like a profile name so that I can see your name by the way. How much time it will take to learn Python programming? Every day, if you are going to invest 1 to 2 hours, then hardly 2 to 3 months. Is there any class for LLM models and Hugging Face? Yeah, it's already there. So GenAI is already there, right? So just go and check out. GenAI is available already in a paid, in a free mode, in a paid mode, in a Hindi mode, in a English mode, in a live mode, in a recorded mode. So all the modes in which we have released a generative AI. So tons of generative AI courses we have released from our side. And over there, yes, there is a lot of discussion about LLM ops, LLM models, LLM ops, even Hugging Face and all those things. Most companies covers all ML, DL, NLP, GenAI. Do we need to project in all domain? No, not at all. One in which you are working. I see Blender in your PC icon. Why use Blender? Just curious. Mayank, I keep on exploring things in my free time. A lot of things, not just a Blender. You will see a lot of things in my PC. So just like I have a habit of like exploring things. So I just install some of the things which is out of the box, and then maybe I try to like go through it again. In today's job interview bootcamp, you said that there have 5% job only for fresher. I can't tell I will get in that job. So can you suggest any other ideas, sir? I have nearly 4 to 5 months from my graduation. What should I do? I would say try to get into a good internship first, because that will help you out a lot, right? That will increase our chances inside the industry as a fresher. So that is my advice. Okay, in future, are you going to cover any GenAI batch with respect to LLM models and Hugging Faces? We have already covered, and obviously in future, again, we are going to bring a lot of generative AI batches because we know generative AI is a hot topic in the market. So yeah, but we have already covered. So we can make a neural network visualization in Blender. So I thought you are doing something. No, so it's not like whenever I'm using any tool, I'm just like doing it for the sake of exploring something in the data science. No, not like that. Sometimes it's just my habit, so I just go and explore it. It's not like I will just go and build a ML model everywhere or maybe like a neural network everywhere. Sometimes you should do something for fun. Will DSA available in English? As of now, it's not available, but yeah, in future, obviously. You told focus on what you can learn to get a job. Can focus on ML engineer, junior data scientist? Yes, steady. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now I think I'm done with a lot of questions. So if you have any question, guys, inside dashboard, please ask me a question. Otherwise, I'm going to wind up this entire session from tomorrow. So this was just an induction session. Hope all of you have enjoyed it. I can see some people on YouTube. So yeah, they are like a bit unhappy with me. I completely understand. I know the reason. And yeah, so I'll just try to correct the things as much as possible and as soon as possible, obviously, so that you know, things will go up like a expected direction. But yeah, so this is all about the overview, guys, overview of the entire data science architecture and interview that we are going to start from tomorrow in terms of discussion, and we have already started. So this is your induction session. Hope all of you have enjoyed. So guys, please ping me in a chat if you have not enjoyed. Okay, you are becoming tired, sir. Take rest. No, I'm not getting tired. It's fine. Okay, so fine, guys. Karan, can we connect on a Google Meet? I think I'm the part of your WhatsApp group. So we have a lot of people over there. So please feel free to ping in a WhatsApp group. I'm going to answer, or maybe your batchmates are going to answer. At the end of the day, you will be able to get your answer. Yeah. Okay, so people are saying enjoy it. So fine, guys, let's connect from tomorrow. And as per the syllabus, I'll try to move and I'll try to discuss each and everything in a sequential manner. Now, this batch is not going to take a lot of time. Max to max 7 to 8 days of time it is going to take, right? So try to focus, but it is going to give you a lots and lots of insights. Even if you are not aware about a concept, it's completely fine. Join a batch, try to understand things. At least it will try to create a line in your mind that, okay, this is how things is going to happen. This is a kind of a situation where I will be into, and this is how I'm going to tackle those situations, because that is very much important. And if you have to learn anything in depth, there is a data science batch, there is a big data batch, there is a data analyst batch, there is a generative AI batch, there is a ML ops batch, there is a AWS batch as well. So for everything we have a batches, and with the Euron Plus, everything you will be able to access in just a very small amount for an entire year. So fine, guys. Okay, some people asking, Angad is asking, this question is for your tech team. I have taken Euron Plus subscription but not showing on my platform. No, go to the plan, go to my learning and go to the plan, Angad. Otherwise they will change. Maybe you are not able to get the access, so maybe you can just ping them. Otherwise, go to the plan. If you're able to see the batches, then you have the access. Okay, Kausal is saying, okay, Justin is saying enjoyed. Thank you. Prajal is saying enjoyed. Satish saying enlightened, enjoyed. Junaid, Sivam, everyone is saying enjoyed. Fine. Joy is saying enjoyed. MD is saying which group? Your WhatsApp group, basically. I think I have already pinned the link, and links are already available inside the resources. Kausal is saying always enjoyed. You are one of the reasons that we all are updated with all the new. Thank you so much, Kausal. Okay, Mayank is saying thank you, sir, for this session. It was amazing. So fine, guys. Thank you so much. See you again in my next lecture, which is going to happen tomorrow, 8 o'clock, in full HD streaming quality. And we all are connected over a WhatsApp. Those who are not able to find a WhatsApp group link, the private one, whenever you are going to join the batch, just check the resource link. You will be able to find out. And from there, you will be able to join your own private WhatsApp group. With that, thank you so much, everyone. Have a good night. And people who have joined from outside India, so have a good day. And see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much, everyone. Take care. Take care, everyone.